All right. YouTube, what is up, man? We got a video about Drake. Allegedly, this is all allegedly. He did something to a disabled fan. I didn't hear about this story until now, but Flacco is about to explain it. So let's see what happened.
Drake is getting a lot of backlash right now after being exposed by one of his fans. Now, the backlash, from my perspective, is deservingly so if everything this woman is saying is true. Because what Drake is being accused of is one of the nastiest, scummiest things that probably any celebrity or anybody could ever do. Drake has this tradition at his shows where he gives away money and other things. I don't know where it started from. However, there's multiple viral clips of Drake seeing an audience member and giving them $20,000, or Drake seeing an audience member and giving them free furniture for their house. And now it's becoming a thing where people will go to the shows with huge signs, pretty much talking about their struggle in hopes that Drake will see it and offer them money. I believe the last viral clip I've seen, somebody said that they spent all of like their wedding money to come and see Drake, and Drake told them that he appreciated that and he's going to reimburse them for whatever they spent to be here at his show. So this is just a thing that Drake does. So on cue, Drake seen a woman in his audience who was suffering with multiple sclerosis, MS, and Drake offered to help her mid-show.
First of all, you got to have a conversation. And second of all, I'm giving whatever it takes to teach you the best life in the world.
That's Drake promising a woman who was recently diagnosed with MS.
And you know what? I always wondered if he ever followed through with all of those things, because that was on his I Need a Max Win tour. That was on his I Need a Max Win tour, and he was going around saying that he gonna do this and he gonna do that. And I remember when I reacted to those videos, I was like, I wonder if he ever followed through and actually did what he said that he was going to do for these people. So this is interesting.
That he's going to get her any help she needs. So what exactly went wrong that she went from being offered any help she needs to her going to Toronto and dancing a Not Like Us at a Kendrick Lamar concert publicly? She did a TikTok story time where she broke down exactly how she went from being one of Drake's biggest fans to that promise ruining her relationship with Drake, and why she really can't listen to Drake anymore. It don't feel the same.
To start, I was filming this video of me speaking, and my eyes just aren't cooperating with me today, so I thought it would be better to just get it out there this way. My name is Stephanie. If you're here, you were probably here because of the video I previously posted. My memory sucks, so bear with me. I'll try to keep the story as in line as possible. To start, October 2023, I went to a concert. My son said, I just found out I have MS, will you help make my night? The man literally could have thrown me a t-shirt, like his sweat thing. Like, he could have thrown me anything and I would have cried. Talked about it for my whole life, would have been ecstatic. But instead, he made me some promises. And one of them you seen in the video.
Drake is really passionate about MS because his best friend and the man responsible for making him $1 billion in music has MS. If I'm Drake, I'm very interested in how I can keep this man alive for as long as possible. He's the method. But yeah, Drake has 40, his own doctor who's responsible for managing 40's MS, who's responsible for trying to find different ways to get creative to make sure that 40 lives a healthy life. And we've seen how Drake reacted when Pusha T mentioned 40 on the story of Adidon. We've seen Drake go to LeBron James' podcast and told him after Pusha T mentioned 40 and his disability that he was done rapping. He wanted to get in the streets. So this is something that Drake is really passionate about. Okay. Now, her bringing a sign and mentioning MS, was this, an unfair advantage?
So I'm just going to guess and say that he didn't do what he promised. And I can go back. I remember me saying, I wonder if Drake actually fulfilled his promises that he told these people. Yeah, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to take care of this. So I'm guessing that he didn't really do what he said that he was going to do. He just wanted the imagery. He just wanted the persona of, I'm helping out these people. But does he really do it? It's interesting.
It probably was. But once you make certain promises to a fan, especially a fan who is in need, I feel like you have to keep your promise. Right. And according to her, Drake didn't keep his promise.
He made a couple.
I knew it. Boy, so all that was a scam? And this is allegedly, this is all alleged. But if this, I remember that stuff.
And I'm not going to lie, he did keep up with a few of them. I did get connected with 40. He's a great man. He's also Drake's best friend. So I've tried to reach out to him about this. I've vented to him about this. And all he's really, he can be there for me, but he is Drake's best friend. So he can only do so much that way. I did get to go to the concert the next night. He did keep his word on that one. But when it comes to getting me help, it has been nothing but heartbreak. It started with him just asking for information. I spent the first 6 months updating him on me getting diagnosed. And he then like reached out to me about treatments and stuff like that, and we talked. I told him what I was trying to do, what I was trying to get covered. He let me know, because I didn't have any other option. There was no other help available, so I was just kind of going with the Ontario flow. At one point in time, he did tell me, because I told him my medication isn't covered, but I'm working on getting it covered. I had no other option. He let me know, if it doesn't get covered, we'll pay it for 20 years. I was so grateful for that. I worked so hard to get it covered. I was keeping him in the loop. I updated him, was sending him medical documents. He had let me know at one point, we have the best doctors in the world for 40. Like the medication you're trying to get covered might not even be the medication you end up taking. We're going to take your medical documents and send them to 40's doctors, and they could have a whole different, better, crazier treatment plan for you, right? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was just so...
Fortunately for this woman, she was smart enough to have a backup plan, because this could have ended very tragically. If she would have taken Drake's word or taken his team word completely to not get covered, to not take the appropriate steps to try to get covered, and that they would cover like her meds, then she would have been out of luck. She would have been in a great deal of pain right now, because according to her, after making the promises, after he told her everything she wanted to hear, now it's unclear if she was communicating with Drake directly or if she was communicating with Robbie, which handled, I think, some Drake things. But yeah, she says after getting all the promises, she was blocked. They stopped answering her.
Damn.
Now, she did say that her and 40 is in communication. And I'm like, well, 40 has the MS. 40 is a multimillionaire too. 40 could probably give you, I guess, the same resources Drake could, but it wasn't 40's promise. 40 ain't the one who promised this woman he was going to take care of her medical bills for 20 years and give her the best of help. So he's not obligated to give her or to spend his hard-earned money. It was Drake's problem. And it looks like Drake just ghosted this woman.
And good thing I didn't take anybody's word on covering.
No. This is all alleged, right? This is all alleged. But damn, if this is true, Drake, you a piece of boy. You a piece of shit, man. And I know for sure. I made a video about this. I'm like, I wonder if Drake actually did fulfill his promises. Let me see if I can find those videos.
Things, because like I did end up blocked, so we could have paid for it once, and then I'm in the government's eyes, I'm expected to keep paying for this. When I went to reach out a few months later, he pretty much was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I explained everything that he had previously promised, and he was like, his response to that was, I'm sorry, Stephanie, I've had a lot of deaths in my family, I've been going through a lot, like just kind of dodging everything. And I'm not saying that he wasn't going through things or didn't have his own stuff going on, but at the same time, this is your job, and like I'm heartbroken. I kept him updated, telling him, this is making me sad. Like this is already a tough time for me to go through this. That's when he texted me and said, I'm sorry that you haven't been looked after. We're going to get you some better help. We're going to have a meeting about this tomorrow. And I texted back, just thank you. Waited a few weeks, texted something else, and then ended up being blocked. So, and how I know I was blocked, I just took another iPhone and sent a quick little hey, and went through, no problem, delivered. So
to me, this is the worst part of it all, is not really addressing the root issue. It's taking a coward way out, blocking this person and moving on, and not really offering up any explanation as to why I guess you don't want to help anymore. Now, like, could it be, hey, I'm going through so much right now, I got family issues, man, I don't have time to look after this, I'm sorry, seek help somewhere else. I feel like that would have been better, even though you have a lot of people around you who could handle it with your funding, right? Like, but you kind of just blocked this woman.
Damn.
Now, and that's if she's telling the truth. That's if she's telling 100% of the truth, which...
And this is all alleged, right? This is all alleged. This is all alleged. But if this is true, boy, that's because there's a possibility she could be lying. We don't know the truth. I don't know the truth. So this is all alleged, because he like to sue.
I don't have any reason to believe she's not, because we've seen the video of Drake promising her the world, and she's saying almost 2 years later, she hasn't gotten anything that Drake has promised at all. Not one bit, zilch. Now, the one thing we do know about Drake, though, is Drake is somewhat emotional, but we all can be emotional at times. So is it possible that Drake went through her social media, Drake went through her Twitter, went through her YouTube, went through her Instagram, and seen her showing love to Kendrick and seen her reposting or dancing to Not Like Us, and said, yeah, not gonna happen? Maybe that's the case, but you still got to express that and let her know, so she don't think you just flaking on her for no reason.
That was a tough day for me, finding out it was over. Sorry, my memory, it slips, but at one point he did, he pretty much admitted to me, I don't even know, for the last 6 months you've been updating me, I don't even know who, what, where, when, how. I had to send him the video for him to review it again, so he could see why my hopes were high and my hopes were up. And not because I felt entitled or like I deserved it, but because I really didn't feel like my idol of almost 15 years would look in my eyes and lie to me. If you've listened to all of this, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
the text message at the end of her video confirms that it wasn't Drake that she was in direct communication with, that Drake did indeed give her somebody to contact. She said she's vented to 40 about this before. 40 is Drake's best friend. So if, she vented to this about 40, is my assumption that Drake probably heard of this and decided it was not a big enough deal for her. But the person that she was in communication with is this guy, because Drake put her in communication with this guy. And it doesn't appear that, the guy really came through with any of the promises or really made good on any of the promises that Drake made her. Now, even towards the end, she still don't want to believe that Drake has an idea that she's been sitting around. She still don't want to believe that Drake is somewhat involved or Drake is responsible. So she even says, I feel like Drake has no idea I've sat around. Can we, can I please talk to Drake? That never happened. I do think this sucks though, man, right? If she's one of your biggest fans, you made her that promise. I do believe it's your responsibility to be up to date on it. I do think it's your responsibility to go out of your way and make sure the promise that you gave was executed. Because at the end of the day, man, I don't think this guy is blocking her without Drake's permission. But y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you?
Yo, that's some shady stuff. Now, to be realistic, right? Do I expect Drake to talk to her directly? No. I'm sure, his team or whoever, I expect, his team to take care of it. Either way, whether it's Drake talking directly to her or his team covering it, he should fulfill his promise, point blank, period. Why promise these people you're going to do this and you're going to do that just so you can get the good look, right? It seems like Drake is just worried about his public image. And I said this. I said, look, I made this video. I found the video. This video is called Drake is Desperate as Fuck. This is why the OV hoes are begging him for money at his concert. I made this 4 months ago. And I was going over him supposedly giving all this money. I'm like, why is he giving all this money? And if he is he actually giving out the money, or he just wants the public image as if he cares about these people? Let me see if I can find me saying that. Knows that everybody is looking at him different, so he think money can get him out of this. Right here, see? Listen, at this point. Yeah, he's just buying his fans. Proud. Oh, so he just being desperate at this point. Yeah, he's just buying his fans because he knows that everybody is looking at him different, so he think money can get him out of this. Midway through the set, February 9th, the Canadian surprised 2 audience members with a combined $45,000 in cash during his performance. The moment caught on video. Okay, let's see what this is.
I see 2 signs. I see one that has my son's name on it, and then I see another that says "Kiss me, it's my birthday." You see that sign right there? So I can't see who's holding that dollar sign.
So as you see right here, right, he's promising these people this money, and I'm like, is he really doing this? How do we know that he's really doing it? He's going to definitely get the coverage as if he's doing it. So in the public eye, that's going to make him look like a good person. But is he really fulfilling his promises? I can't hear. Well, I think y'all can hear the sound. We're going to give you $20,000. Okay, so that girl that's holding the sign is saying, "Kiss me, it's my birthday." Kiss you. Away when he was giving out all those trips, all those money and stuff like that, is desperation at its finest right here. This is desperation. This is desperation at its finest right here. Facts. I don't know. It says that y'all can hear the volume, but I can. Is it just my? All right, now. Nothing, but now.
I see you right there. Okay. All right. Well, we'll start here with you because you showing.
Now it makes sense, because I was wondering why. Oh, so that video right there set off a trend for people in Australia when Drake was giving out money to that young lady and that family. Now, during all his signs, Drake, the fans are saying, "Hey, Drake, buy me this, buy me that." Oh, okay, I get it. Boy, this is tricking at its finest, man. But this, I don't know. I can't judge his heart, but I could definitely judge him. I think it's fake. I think it's phony. I think he's trying to buy his fans, right? He's trying to buy his loyalty. I don't think he's doing it out the kindness out of his heart. But either way, I'm sure. See, look at this. I said, I don't think he's doing this out the kindness out of his heart, because if he did, he would have fulfilled the promise that he gave that young lady. But it seems like he just wanted the imagery. He just wanted the public perception as if he cares and if, he's really trying to help. But did he actually do it? Now, allegedly, according to that lady, he didn't fulfill his promises. So I called this bullshit out 4 months ago.
those two individuals shoot ain't complaining either way. So, but I just think it's fake and phony. You know what I mean? I just think he's just desperate at this time. He's just hella desperate. So that explains why. Okay,
See? So wow. So I called this shit out 4 months ago. So this is interesting, man. So if y'all have any updates on this, definitely follow me on my Instagram and let me know. But as far as right now, allegedly Drake did not fulfill his promise to help this woman when he said that he was. Boy. Another L for Drake. It's your boy Deb D signing out.